Hello, my friends. Good to be back with a new live stream. If you have checked the weather updates, then you know that we're having a lot of snow. Winter storm, really cold outside, continuous snowfall. It's still going on. And in case you don't know where I live in Wisconsin. So you can look at the weather updates. You can see Wisconsin on the weather map, and you will have a pretty good sense of the kind of winter weather we're dealing with right now. Okay. So pretty much stuck at home. Uh, I was suffering from a cold. I still am. It's it's a lot better today. I don't know if you can tell from my face. Still not 100% okay, but a lot better. So I'm doing this live stream, and I would appreciate if you're here for the first time, please make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you hit the like button, okay? And also share this video with your friends, family members, and your neighbors, okay? And also make sure that you're participating in the live chat, okay? That's where we have the discussion, people ask questions, we share ideas, it's all in the live chat. So go ahead, participate in the live chat, my friends. So today I want to talk about what's been going on with Venezuela. Okay. It's been months and we're watching the events unfold. We're watching the events unfold when it comes to Venezuela. We know that the temperature is rising in that region. It's a beautiful part of the world. There's no doubt about that. But there are lots and lots of problems. Venezuela is a beautiful country. Beautiful country. But when you look at the Venezuelan government, when you look at the person who is in power in Venezuela, when you look at the regime that's in charge in Venezuela, when you look at the politics, when you look at the overall governing structure, you know that things are extremely bad. Things are extremely bad, and that's why I say, my friends, that the temperature is rising in that region. I'm not talking about the temperature as in like how many degrees Fahrenheit or how many degrees Celsius it is. I'm not talking about that temperature. I'm talking about the political heat. I am talking about rising conflict. I'm talking about the degree of uncertainty about what might happen next in that region. My friends, there's external pressure on Venezuela. And also, there's internal pressure on the Maduro regime. The United States has been building up military assets in the region, and it's a necessary step. In case you're wondering, Tosif, where do you stand on that issue? The United States has been building up military assets in the region around Venezuela. What's your opinion? Where do you stand? My friends, I fully support, 100%, I fully support the Trump administration's actions when it comes to Venezuela. I fully support what President Trump is doing. I fully support what Secretary of War Pete Hegseth is doing. I support the Trump administration's actions so far that we have seen regarding Venezuela. And I have full confidence that going forward, the Trump administration is going to take the right steps. So, my friends, the United States has conducted strikes on drug vessels. And each time there's a strike on a drug vessel, we're making America safer. That's right. That's right. We cannot allow cartels to bring drugs into the United States. We cannot allow that. We will have to fight back, and that's what the Trump administration is doing. By conducting strikes, precision strikes on the drug boats, on the drug vessels. The Trump administration using military assets to destroy the cartels. The Maduro regime got a clear message. The Maduro regime understands that America is back and that we will fight to protect our country. Cartels, drug cartels cannot hurt our people anymore. We will not allow that to happen. We will protect Americans, and we will do whatever is necessary to protect Americans. My friends, this is an administration, the Trump administration, this is an administration that operates from a position of strength. We're not weak. We have real leadership in the White House. The Republicans are in charge in the Senate. The Republicans are in charge in the House. The greatest Republican president. Many people will agree with me when I say this. The greatest Republican president is in the White House. The greatest president is in the White House. We are strong, and the world knows this. Maduro knows this. The Trump administration operating from a position of strength because we're strong, we're the strongest in the world. There's no doubt about that. The Maduro regime got the message. But Nicolas Maduro, what can I say about this guy, Nicolas Maduro? What can I say about him? How would you describe Nicolas Maduro? Go ahead, tell me. How would you describe this guy? Do you think he is wise? Do you think he is a fool? Do you think he's confused? How would you describe Venezuela's dictator, Nicolas Maduro? You know what? Maduro, and let me know if you agree with me on this, Maduro is extremely scared right now. He's extremely scared, but in spite of being extremely scared, Maduro doesn't want to show it. He's not going to show the world how scared he is. He's not going to admit that he's scared to the point that he probably can't sleep at night. That's right. I'm making a guess. It is my guess that Maduro is so scared that he probably can't sleep at night. He's probably wondering what's going to happen tomorrow. My friends, Nicolas Maduro pretends to be strong. That's what dictators do. They pretend to be strong. They pretend as the power is slipping away, dictators continue to pretend that they are very powerful. And that's what Maduro is doing. He wants to project strength when he knows that his power is slipping away. Maduro doesn't know how long he is going to be in that position where he is now as the leader of Venezuela. His own people don't want him. You go and talk to the people of Venezuela, those who have been suffering for such a long time. The innocent people, the general public of Venezuela, the innocent people, they have been suffering under the dictatorship of Nicolas Maduro. And so the people of Venezuela don't want Maduro. They want Maduro gone, removed from power. That's why I say that there's external pressure on the Maduro regime as well as internal pressure from within Venezuela. And President Trump is moving forward with very strong and steady decision making. That's what he always does. He's strong and he's steady. Strong and steady. That's important. You got to be strong, but you also got to be steady, not hasty. You can't be reckless in decision making. You can't be hasty. You have to be steady. And that's what our leader, Donald J. Trump, is. It's a very sensitive issue whenever we're talking about Venezuela, dealing with Venezuela. Very sensitive issue. There are challenges that have to be addressed. And dealing with this guy named Nicolas Maduro, it's not easy. I mean, you can never underestimate the adversary. And Maduro clearly is the adversary. So you cannot underestimate him. You got to watch his every action, his every move. And that's what the Trump administration is doing. I'm sure we have lots of resources deployed, paying close attention to what kind of moves Maduro may be making. My friends, don't think that Nicolas Maduro is alone. No, he's not. He has supporters. There are foreign powers that may be helping him secretly. There may be countries that don't like the US that may be helping Maduro. Clearly, Maduro derives his confidence from the backing that he gets from powerful sources. I mean, look at Russia. Don't you think that Russia supports Venezuela? Russia? Don't you think they're friendly towards the Maduro regime? What about Cuba? Who wants to talk about Cuba? Have we ever talked about Cuba? I don't think so. Are we going to talk about Cuba? Cuba clearly supports Nicolas Maduro. And there are others. It's not just Russia and Cuba. There are other names on the list. Anyway, the United States knows what we are dealing with. And that's why President Donald J. Trump has made the right decision to deploy military resources, massive military resources in the region, my friends. Now, I saw a report, which I'm sure that many of you have also seen, maybe not everyone. Let me know if you've seen this. I saw a report, and I don't know what to think about it. I can't really draw a conclusion, so I'm just going to tell you what I saw. I saw a report that there was a phone call between President Trump and Nicolas Maduro. Very interesting. Very interesting seeing this report. I didn't see any statement from the White House about this reported phone call. So what I will tell you now is that we don't have a lot of information. I don't know. There was one report that I saw that there was a phone call between President Trump and Venezuela's Nicolas Maduro, but no statement from the White House. Did you hear about this? Let me know. Let me know in the live chat, all right? Did you hear about this? Did you see the report? Salerno is saying, I trust President Trump's judgment. Salerno, absolutely. Kay Cooper, our friend, good to see you, Kay. And there are others I know. Steve, good to see you. Do we have other friends who have tuned in for this live stream? Go ahead, introduce yourself. Say hello to the others in the live chat. Participate in the discussion. All right. Go ahead. Participate in the live chat. Share your thoughts, share your viewpoints, your opinions. You don't have to agree with me. That's all right. Just say hello to everybody, just as our friend Kay Cooper is saying, hello, everybody. Thank you so very much for being here, my friends. And make sure, if you're here for the first time, if you have not subscribed yet, please make sure that you subscribe, all right? William is saying hello. Hello, William. So anyway, very interesting report that there was a phone call between President Trump and Nicolas Maduro. If this phone call really took place, I don't know if this phone call took place, but if it did, hold on a second here. If this phone call really did, give me a second here. Okay, so if this phone call really took place, what I will say is it's a good thing. It's a good thing. There's no harm in having a conversation. Friends can talk. Adversaries can talk. It's fine. Once again, I have not seen any statement from the White House confirming this reported phone call. But if it did take place, it's a big if, because not everyone trusts a news report that comes out unless it's strictly verified. But I'm just saying, if this phone call really took place between President Trump and Venezuela's Nicolas Maduro, it's a good thing. It shows willingness from both sides to talk and to discuss things. It's a good thing. And it was reported also that President Trump and Nicolas Maduro talked about possible meeting in the US. Now, I don't know how true this is. I don't know if this is true or if this is just a something that people are assuming. I don't know what to say about this, all right? A possible meeting in the US between President Trump and Nicolas Maduro. If it does take place, if this is true, that's fine. I mean, we know that President Trump is always willing to talk to leaders from other countries, even if those leaders are adversaries. President Trump is still willing to talk. I mean, think about North Korea. Think about Kim Jong-un. President Trump met with Kim Jong-un more than once, I believe a total of 3 times. I have to double check that, but I think they met 3 times altogether, I'm guessing. Anyway, more than once. So if this phone call really did take place between President Trump and Nicolas Maduro, it's a good thing. But unless I see a statement from the White House confirming that this phone call really did take place, I'm not going to jump into conclusions. Okay, that's one thing that I never want to do. Hastily jump into conclusions. All right, you know that if you've been watching my channel, you know this. I don't hastily jump into conclusions. It's very easy to do that. You see something on the internet, you read a report, and people just jump into conclusion. I don't do that. But here's something that we surely know, because this information came directly from President Trump, and I'm going to share that with you now. By the way, my friends, if you're here for the first time, please make sure that you're subscribing, all right? Also make sure that you're liking this video. Also make sure that you're sharing this video. Take a link to this video, share it with your friends, family members, and your neighbors. You can post the link on your social media pages. You can email the link to other people. You can do that. I would appreciate it very, very much. People ask me, hey, Tosif, how can we support your channel? I tell people just subscribe, hit the like button, and share the video. All right? So let's go back to the discussion. Here's something that I'm going to talk about now that we know for sure because the information came directly from President Donald J. Trump. President Trump, on Truth Social, he posted the following. He posted, and I quote, "To all airlines, pilots, drug dealers, and human traffickers, please consider the airspace above and surrounding Venezuela to be closed in its entirety. Thank you for your attention to this matter. President Donald J. Trump," end quote. This is a very short, direct, and extremely powerful message. President Trump directly addressing airlines, pilots, drug dealers, and human traffickers. This is interesting. He's saying, please consider the airspace above and surrounding Venezuela, not just above Venezuela, but also surrounding Venezuela, to be closed in its entirety. Thank you for your attention to this matter. This is what leadership looks like. President Trump sending a direct message, not just to the people he listed, airlines, pilots, drug dealers, and human traffickers, but he sent a message to the entire world. He sent a message to the entire world that, hey, the airspace above Venezuela and surrounding Venezuela, that airspace is closed. Closed in its entirety. My friends, we're going to see many different kinds of reactions to this. Naturally, you can already see this in the live chat. You can see the different reactions that people have in the live chat. Some are applauding this decision. Some are saying that this announcement is the right thing to do. And there are others who are saying, no, he can't do that. No, Trump can't do that. Yes, he can. And he has. No matter how much you scream and shout, no matter how much you say, no, Trump can't do that. Well, he did. He did. And he did so as part of a proper move, the right decision. My friends, as I told you, we're going to see different kinds of reactions to this. There are a lot of people out there who do not like America's strength. There are people out there, they look at the United States of America and they see a strong country. They see a prosperous nation. They see a powerful president and they don't like it. There are people out there who would like to see America as a weak country. But we're not weak. We're the strongest country in the world. We are the most powerful country in the whole world. And there are people out there who don't like this. There are people out there who don't like seeing that the United States of America has a truly amazing leader. There are people out there who will bring up all kinds of arguments to say, oh no, you can't do that. You can't close the airspace of another country. My friends, I'll tell you what I already told you. Yes, we can do that. And President Trump has just done that. It's done. It's done. My friends, do you think, let me ask you this question. Please answer this. Do you think that airline companies are going to be flying their planes over Venezuela? Think about it. Given the strict warning from President Trump. Go ahead. Share your thoughts. Share your thoughts. Do you think that airline companies are going to say, oh, let's fly our planes over Venezuela? Are they going to say that after knowing what President Trump announced? I think the answer is easy. You know it. You know it. No, the airline companies are not going to be flying their planes over Venezuela. They're not going to be flying their planes in the airspace surrounding Venezuela after President Trump's announcement that the airspace is closed in its entirety. And you know what? The Maduro government is not happy. The Maduro government, the Maduro regime is shaking in fear. That's right. They are. They're not going to admit. If you ask them, hey, Maduro regime, are you afraid? Are you shaking in fear? Are you spending sleepless nights because you're scared? Maduro regime, they're not going to admit how scared they are. As I told you, dictators and their allies, they like to project strength. So they will not admit that they're scared. Instead, this is kind of crazy. The Maduro regime is saying that this is unjustified aggression against the people of Venezuela. Really? Unjustified aggression against the people of Venezuela? Well, first of all, the people of Venezuela do not want Maduro in power. The people of Venezuela don't want this dictator, this ruthless dictator in power. Nicolas Maduro. The people of Venezuela did not elect Maduro. Maduro is using coercion to stay in power. He is using violence to silence the opposition. So an action against the Maduro regime is not an action against the people of Venezuela, because the innocent people of Venezuela, the general public, they are hungry for freedom. They want to see Maduro gone. They want a free society. They want democracy. But as long as there's a dictator in power, there's not going to be democracy. There's not going to be free and fair elections as long as there's a dictator in power. And so the people of Venezuela, they want to see Maduro gone, removed from his position. My friends, if the United States removes Maduro from power, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm just thinking about a scenario. Let's say the United States removes Maduro from power. Then the people of Venezuela are going to be happy. And I don't know what the Trump administration wants to do. Is there going to be a sit-down conversation with Maduro? Is there going to be a meeting? Will there be talks with Maduro? Will military action be used against the Maduro regime? Will there be a surrender from Nicolas Maduro and his allies? I don't know. I cannot make any prediction. That's one thing I cannot do, my friends. I don't make predictions, especially when we're talking about a complex situation like this. But obviously, we do know that Maduro's anti-American rhetoric continues. Maduro is calling this imperialist aggression. Really? Imperialist aggression? I don't think so. I don't think so. Whatever the United States is doing, this is not imperialist aggression. I mean, you got to look inside Venezuela. You got to look at how Nicolas Maduro is treating his own people. Maduro is not treating the Venezuelans fairly. Maduro and his allies have held on to power by force. And Maduro and his allies are trying to hurt the United States of America. Maduro and his allies are trying to hurt our country, our people. So what are we supposed to do? Just sit back and watch and not do anything? President Trump has also indicated that very soon the United States will begin stopping suspected Venezuelan drug traffickers on land. As soon as I heard that, I started thinking, okay, what is the next move going to be? What is the next move going to be? I have full confidence, my friends. Let me tell you that. I've said this before, I'll repeat. I have full confidence in the Trump administration, and I know that they will do the right thing. And I know that whatever President Trump decides to do, it's going to be the right decision, because we, the American people, we have elected Donald J. Trump. We have put him in the White House because we have complete confidence in his decision making. And so our country is in good hands, and our enemies know that. That's why our enemies are shaking in fear. Like Maduro, shaking in fear. Maduro's allies, shaking in fear. So I'm just eager to find out, my friends, what the Trump administration does, what the next move is going to be. Like I said, is there going to be peaceful talks? Will there be strong military action? I mean, endless possibilities, endless possibilities. But I know Whatever happens, justice will be done. I know that the right course of action will be adopted. I have full confidence in the Trump administration. My friends, 35 minutes into the live stream, now I want to hear from you. I know people have been commenting. I see that. I have not been able to read all the comments, obviously, because I've been busy sharing my thoughts with you. So I was not able to read what people are writing, but that is something I'm going to do now. Because now I want to hear from you what your thoughts are. If you are an international relations expert, please share your thoughts. If you are just an observer of international events and you keep track of international politics, I want to hear from you. If you are someone who's just starting to learn about this issue, well, tell me, what do you think so far? If you are someone who is an expert in Latin American politics, I want to hear from you. So whatever, go ahead, share your thoughts. If you have questions, ask questions. I'm not promising that I'll be able to answer all the questions, but I will try my best. If I don't know the answer, I'll tell you I don't know the answer. Go ahead. Oh, by the way, for anyone who's saying, "Are you an expert, Tassif? You don't know anything about this." All right, I'm gonna tell you. I studied comparative politics when I was an undergraduate student. I also have a master's degree that's in public policy, but I spent years studying comparative politics. I studied African politics, Latin American politics, Russian politics, international relations, political theory, American politics. Yes, so I spent a lot of time studying politics. So I do have a good understanding of what's happening in different parts of the world, but I'm not going to claim that I have a PhD in Latin American politics. I don't, all right? I've studied very closely. I still have a lot of the books that I've read back then. And I have kept track of things that happened over the years. So I have a broad understanding of what's happening in Venezuela. But yeah, I don't claim to be something that I'm not. There are folks out there who spent decades studying Latin American politics. I'm not someone like that, okay? My focus is on healthcare policy. Uh, if you want to know what my academic specialty is in, what I focus on a regular basis, day-to-day basis, healthcare policy, that's my thing. But I am an informed individual, at least I try to be, so I pay attention to what's happening in Venezuela and our approach to these issues. Okay. So, yeah. No, I'm not someone who spent 20 years studying Latin American politics, all right? Anyway, let's continue. All right, questions? Heidi is here. Heidi, good to see you. Anyone else here? Let's see. By the way, please subscribe and hit the like button, okay? That's how you please hit the like button. That's how you support this channel. All right, go ahead. Okay. Questions for me? Write it in the live chat. Go ahead. Um, oh, Z is saying it's me, Kushin. You okay? Z, uh, thanks for being here. That's Kushi. Okay. Thanks for letting us know. Thanks for letting us know. So that's Kushi from uh Western Wisconsin, right? Kushi? Heidi is here. Hello, Heidi. Oh, Evelyn's here. Hello, Evelyn. Salerno is saying your knowledge and common sense is appreciated. Thank you, Salerno. Teresa is saying, Teresa, okay. Okay, Teresa is raising a question about President Trump's announcement and whether or not he has legal authority to close another country's airspace. All right, Teresa, I'm gonna answer that question. I think I already did, but since you brought it up again, I'm going to address that. President Trump just did that. Okay. If you want to debate whether he can do that or not, you can debate. You can have that debate. But I'm here to tell you the fact that President Trump just closed Venezuela's airspace. All right, like it or not, it's done. Okay, so people can be out there screaming and shouting and saying, "Oh no, you can't do that," but I'm pleased to inform you it's done. Okay, because we got a real leader in the White House, somebody who believes in peace. All right. And so, what Maduro has been trying to do, he has been trying to create chaos in the United States. We cannot allow that. And so, we have to take action against Maduro regime. And that's what Trump is doing. If that means making an announcement and saying, everyone, for your awareness, Venezuela's airspace is closed in its entirety. So be it. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes to fight against America's enemies. The Maduro regime is an enemy. All right. By the way, go ahead and write in the live chat if you support President Trump's decisions regarding Venezuela. If you support what President Trump is doing, just say, I support, or I support Trump, or support Trump, or whatever. Flood the live chat with your comments. Go ahead. Z is saying support Trump. That's Kushi saying support Trump. We got T. All right, that's a big screen name. I can't pronounce it. I'm just gonna call you T, saying I support President Trump. Steve is saying I support President Trump. Helix is saying we love the Venezuelan people and they need help. Exactly. That's something that I've emphasized. The Venezuelan people want Maduro gone. because Maduro is a dictator. Kay Cooper is saying, I support Trump's decision 100%. That's awesome. Thank you, Kay. Is it Fila? Fila saying, support Trump 100%. Salerno is saying, I support President Trump. Anyone else here? So lots of support clearly in the live chat for President Trump. Heidi is saying, we are patriots. Trump knows what he is doing. That's true. Absolutely. This guy, AJ, this person, AJ, is saying, send you back to Mumbai. You know what? You're going to be very amazed to know that I have never been to Mumbai. I am not from Mumbai. I've never been to Mumbai. And you're saying send you back to Mumbai. I don't know who you're talking to. If you're talking to me, then you're wrong. I've never been to Mumbai. I'm not from Mumbai. Okay. All right. Okay, let's see. Okay, we got a question here. Says, I'm curious what's your reason for supporting Trump? You want to know the reasons why I support Trump? Well, we're actually going to have to go back to 2015 now. You want to go back 10 years? You want to go back 10 years, 2015? Because that's when President Trump first announced that he's running, Donald Trump at the time, not President. Donald Trump at the time announced that he's running for office. And I have been supporting him since. Yeah. Yeah, I voted for Trump during the first election, 2016, and then 2020, then 2024. There are so many reasons why I support Trump. I mean, it's a long list, but I'm just going to give you some examples. Obviously, President Trump puts America first. He wants to strengthen our relationship with our allies. President Trump is always willing to talk to people, even our adversaries. Like I mentioned, Kim Jong-un of North Korea, President Trump met with him, talked to him. President Trump prioritizes energy security. He wants to make America energy independent and energy dominant, and we need affordable energy. Okay? President Trump wants to bring back businesses to America. Businesses that left our country are now coming back thanks to President Trump. President Trump wants to cut taxes. President Trump wants to make our economy business friendly so that small businesses can grow and thrive and expand and hire more people and create more jobs. President Trump wants to protect women's sports. President Trump wants to create more opportunities for all people, okay? The younger generation as well as those who have already been in the workforce for many years. President Trump prioritizes national security. He wants to build the Golden Dome missile defense system, which is going to be truly amazing. President Trump supports legal immigration. He opposes illegal immigration. President Trump believes in border security. President Trump wants to strengthen America's healthcare. So, I mean, really, the list is long. There are many reasons why I support President Trump. It's a long list, my friends. But thank you for asking the question. Thank you for asking the question. Happy to answer. Okay. So, and also peace in the Middle East. Let's not forget that. President Trump is bringing peace in the Middle East. He's ending conflicts, he's ending wars. Hopefully, he's soon going to end the Ukraine-Russia war. Okay. But he has ended many conflicts. A very big one was the conflict that started between India and Pakistan. That could have escalated very quickly, but President Trump stopped that from escalating. Anyway, great accomplishments. So, my friends, I'm going to end this live stream now. I appreciate you all being here. I'm feeling better today after my cold, but I still do have some congestion, nasal congestion, and so I'm trying to drink tea with honey and with cardamom, cinnamon, clove, just to help ease the congestion and just, it's good. And anyway, so I don't want to make this live stream too long. I'm going to try to get some rest. But please make sure that you visit my website, all right, tausifanam.net. If you have any questions, please email me your questions. My email address is tausif@tausifanam.net. Follow me on Twitter. Well, it's not Twitter anymore, it's X. Follow me on X. Evelyn says, thank you, Tausif. I hope you get to feel better soon. Thank you, Evelyn. Evelyn is such a wonderful friend. Evelyn from Las Vegas, Nevada. Thank you, Evelyn, always for your support. Yeah, I'm going to end this live stream now. Thank you all for being here. Okay, I'm going to be back again with more videos and more live streams, so please stay connected. Kay Cooper says, keeping you in my prayers, Tausif. Thank you, Kay. Appreciate it very much. All right, my friends, may God bless you all. May God bless President Donald J. Trump. May God bless the Trump administration. May God bless the Republicans in Washington. May God bless the United States of America. May God bless our U.S. allies. And may God bless freedom-loving people all over the world. With that, thank you so very much. I'm going to be back again very soon. And remember, my friends, we will make America great again. Thank you. Have a good night. I'll see you soon.